Greetings, Timeshare Travelers. This is the Timeshare Traveler, episode 38. Tips on using your Worldmark ownership from I'm a Platinum Elite owner. So I thought I'd give you the tips I use so that could help everybody. Before I go into details, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my channel, then I'll go right into some of the specific tips and tricks that I use to get the most out of my membership.
Hi, this is Cliff, and I'm your Timeshare Traveler. The goal of my YouTube channel is improving your timeshare travels. I'll do this through timeshare video reviews, tips for using timeshares, and much, much more. I can be found on Facebook at Timeshare Trav, Twitter at Timeshare Trav, and on the web at www.timesharetraveler.com. And if you like my videos, don't forget to click subscribe below.
Okay, so now I'm going to talk with the elite benefits of Worldmark that make travel great. I'm very happy with my Worldmark ownership. The strategy is I leverage the use of all 65,000 points to get as broad a use across all the Wyndham properties as well as the Worldmark properties. I travel off-peak, so I get to stay in larger rooms and have higher availability. I leverage all the Wyndham network, including Wyndham Rewards. I have RCI and Wyndham Rewards credit card and sales presentations to add more weeks of stays. And I leverage the sort of, we'll call them the specials, the Monday Madness Club Pass, which allows you to stay in the Wyndham the Wyndham vacation ownership side of the business. And I leverage inventory specials. And I'll go into detail on all of this on the next couple slides. Well, first things first, you have 65,000 points, and that allows you to travel a lot, especially using the strategy I mentioned of traveling off-peak, etc. I have 65,000 points. I travel off-peak, so my average stay is closer to 7,000 points for a week, sometimes lower, depending on what I'm doing. And the result is I have over 9 weeks of travel, and I don't play any housekeeping, so whether I stay 7 nights or 5 nights, there's really no impact I don't have to pay any cleaning fees. So it's really the biggest difference that makes it so managing housekeeping tokens becomes a bit of a challenge for those not at the Platinum Elite level. Just a very important thing is my maintenance fees are 8.7 cents per credit. That becomes important because you need to compare that cents per credit to the other capabilities around the last minute specials and so forth. And I'll go into more of that in detail. Hi, the next thing I always do is I take the owner updates. Elite members get more Wyndham Rewards points. I always take the reward points. I don't take the $100 because usually I get between 20 and 30,000, and sometimes even more. I've gotten 45 and 50,000 on each visit. And just to give you an idea, 15,000 points stays in a one bedroom and a timeshare, a Wyndham Vacations timeshare, and those can go for $300 a night. So very easily I can get $600 equivalent in stays. So non-elite members tend to get between 10 and 15. I'm not saying you can't get more, but in general it tends to be a little bit less. And again, I leverage my Wyndham Rewards points to stay at Wyndham timeshares, 15,000 points for a one bedroom. I also pay all my maintenance fees for that. So on to the next subject. Okay, I leverage the Wyndham Rewards card. I know I earn more points. So I know everybody hates their maintenance fees, but at least if you use the Wyndham Rewards and you have it automatically paid, you get $5 a point. In my case, that turns into over 30,000 points every year, which is 2 free nights. Doesn't cover the maintenance, but 2 free nights could be, equivalent of $600. So it's a nice reduction, net reduction in the fees that I pay. And again, you can get a free night for $7,500 in the hotels. The $30,000 is typically for like a 2-bedroom in Hawaii. I'm actually going to be doing that fairly soon. And again, no cleaning deposits when you use stays booked by the Wyndham Reward points. And again, I use them for Wyndham Vacation Resorts for 15,000 points. And don't forget about those RCI deals. I use the last minute special, so I don't use points. I have periodically booked 4,000 points for use them for a Worldmark. I've done that a couple times where I just paid the 4,000 that a lot of salespeople say you can do all the time. I don't know about it all the time, but I have done it. And again, so when you do last minute RCI specials and you pay, $350, you tend to get, that's for a 1-bedroom, you don't use any of your points, so you can use it for both. I've used it a bit on the RCI Deals. I'm really happy with it. Okay, so now let's talk about some of the last minute specials, better known as inventory specials. The booking window is typically 60 days in advance. You can stay for a maximum of 30. I think you can only book it at 7 at a time. The cost is 7.8 cents per credit. Now remember, I said my maintenance fees are 8.7. So if you can use the inventory specials, you can actually pay less per point than you have on your maintenance. Now, recognizing that there's an $80 a night minimum, so it's got to be about $900 before it's actually cheaper. So you actually can extend the amount of days, weeks of vacation by leveraging the inventory specials. And even sometimes you can get them on the weekends. So that's what I do with last minute specials. I actually leverage them as additional vacations that cost me less than my regular maintenance costs. And let's not forget Monday Madness. This is probably one I use more than most because you can book it out 11 months. So you basically can, other than the Worldmark properties that are hardly ever available, you can usually get pretty much everything. So you can book again for the 30 nights. It's 9 cents a point, but again, it's only 0.3 of a cent more than your regular. So here's what I've done. I've booked, like, let's say a studio. I'll book the weekend at 9 cents per credit, and it turns out to be a little bit over $80, but I don't use any of my points. And then I'll book Monday through Friday, which are a lot less points. And when you use your maintenance points or your regular points, there's no $80 minimum, so you can get less than 80, and the weekend's pretty much the same as using your maintenance fees. So I've turned the number of points by booking the weekend. I'll do a Monday, then I'll do Monday, Friday using my regular points. I'll do Monday Madness for Friday night and Saturday night, and then I'll do Sunday through Friday, checking out on Friday, so you get almost 2 weeks. And I will use about the same amount of points from my account as using 1 week. So I love Monday Madness because I then just wait. Almost all the resorts come up at one point during the year, and that's usually when I jump on it, because usually with 11 months you can plan out pretty well in advance. Anyway, those are my tips and tricks that I use with my Worldmark ownership, and I love my Worldmark ownership, and I've had amazing stays with myself, my family, and friends. So happy timeshare traveling, and if you enjoy this, please subscribe.